Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the video, and today's video I'm doing one of the most highly requested videos I have on my channel. It's basically do the live fire and everything, just kind of explain what you're doing. So, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll be on the live fire mission here on the AH-64D in DCS world. The ground crew did not load up my hellfires, all my hellfires, so I'm going to be able to do that. While they're doing that, I'm just going to kind of show you everything. So right now, I have it set up. You're going to video, TADs, that way you can see the TADs here. You can switch between these if you want to, fix it, all that. And you can pretty much do anything you want with it. It don't really matter. I just have video and TADs. Okay. Now, anti-collision lights are on white at the airfield. Rearmament complete. Let's go ahead and take off. But first, I have my get George up and run. No weapon yet. So, I have 4 rockets, and 8 saved hellfires, and 300 rounds. Just you can see what I'm doing. Okay, let's venture forward here. Okay, let me turn my settings down a bit. Sorry about this. I'm just gonna turn grass and clutter all the way off. Force visibility, I'm gonna turn it to like 50. Just to give me that extra performance, so I'm going to turn this down to like 50 as well. The detail factors. Alright, we're good. Alright, leaving the airfield now, we'll go ahead and turn my lights off, and the collision lights off. Oh, crap. Alright. So now we're just going to kind of do a low level, try to avoid detection. CMOS, our flares and chaff are good. Everything's good there. Audio's all the way up. Don't need to adjust them yet. They're on auto, and all we need to do is arm them when we get up here, because there's no other friendlies in the AO, so we don't have to worry about them setting off. So basically, any missiles it detects are most likely enemies. So that's why I'm gonna turn that on auto. If there were friendlies in the area, then I would turn it to bypass, so that you would have to manually do it, because sometimes your friendlies, if you're like flying a 2-ship and you've got an Apache maybe 50 yards to your right, and you're sitting there both peeking over the trees and he shoots, that'll set off your CMOS. So you kind of want to just put your CMOS accordingly to that. But there are no other enemies, or there are no other friendlies, so I'm just going to turn it to auto. And I'll bypass it, or I'll arm it when we get up here, once we get the warning for the radar. Now, I'll actually go ahead and arm it right now. That way it'll pop flares if it senses a missile. About 100 knots. Okay. Looks like that didn't happen. I'm gonna take a movie to arm my targets. Okay, we're good. Let's just act like that didn't happen. Alright, I'm gonna go low. And I'm going to become very unstable. I'm going to get the hellfires up.
Pausing hellfire.
Alright. We're good here.
Aircraft's armed. Nobody sleep.
how far away as I kind of creep up to these trees here. It's an easy kill, and it's at the rear. Do you want to take out targets at the rear? Oh, it just damaged them.
Roger, engaging.
Alright. 2 away. Alright, let's go ahead and come into a hover here. Destroyed. Alright. Duck. So, this right here would be considered concealment, as it's not going to stop anything incoming, but it does conceal you. So in the Apache, cover is great, concealment, but concealment's what you're going to do most of the time. Like right here, we're just concealed. Like, it's not going to stop incoming rounds, it's just some trees. But if you can find concealment or cover, like if you get behind a building or something, that's great. But right now, there are really no buildings here. So I'm going to save them and slave them again. And that way he can find some other targets. He didn't find the other targets. Although I can see the airfield up there. So you can just see him right above these trees here. I'm just going to have him alter off these targets. Shit.
Target lost.
Oh, not a TSD. Video, TADS. Let's go to this artillery. Pop up. Firing. Oh.
Target lost.
You see where this target's at now? He didn't lose the target, he's good. I'm gonna take the shots.
Those are good hits.
Good hits. So that means we hit him. We're a little on the close side here at this tree line, but so be it. Now I'm looking for gaps in these trees here. Gaps in the trees. One right here. So I'm just gonna cover, kind of hover right in between these and just slave in between these gaps, see if it can catch anything. I see some stuff over there, so we can stay here. The best of both worlds would be to kind of hover here. Oh shit. I could see some stuff up there, so I don't know if it's just me or if it's actually stuff up there.
Deslaving.
See, for some reason it slaves to my helmet. I just want him to kind of search the area. I want the slave to the nose of the aircraft. There we go. So I'm gonna put my HMD right at the nose of the aircraft. Kind of across there right at the end of the aircraft. I'm just gonna slave it to the end of the aircraft. Artillery. Fire. Never mind, he lost him. Okay. Come up a little bit, even though he probably could take the shot from there. He goes off to the left here. Firing. Hold here. You can see him here between these trees. Creeping up on these trees. I'm a little unstable because my joystick's not the greatest right now. I'll take another shot from here since I peeked up real fast. Take this replacement. Engaging. Did he actually lose sight of him now? You got sight of him now. Okay, now you don't. Alright, we're headed off.
I don't know where he went.
Alright. So now I'm thinking, I got this tree line up here. So why not take this tree line as concealment and head back to another here. I may take one shot from behind here. Behind these trees. Because these trees are very good concealment.
No, can't see the target.
Alright, let's head up here.
Can't see the target.
Can we see the targets from here?
No air visible. Lasers off. Deslaving.
Placement closed. Where is he? Let's pop up now. Alright, one. Firing. Oh, see him now. Fired. Hold here. We're a little unstable, but that ain't horrible. Stop getting altitude.
Lasers off. Target destroyed.
We're a little high, so dive, dive, dive. the edge of these trees up here now. I'll get him slaving right now.
I'll be slaved.
I'll have him looking around. There we have it. Firing, firing, firing. Alright, we're out in the open right now, so this isn't good, but as long as he can keep these TADs on him, then I can go as fast as I want.
Lasers off. Those are good hits.
Slave.
Deslaving.
Get something slaved.
Blazing. Firing.
Firing. In real life, unless if you have
Target locked.
possible AA in the area, it's definitely not what you want to do.
Slaving.
Okay, we have no more of these, so I'm gonna get a gun.
Wasden gun. Slaving. I'll be slaved.
Let's try this T-55.
Tracking target. Roger, engaging.
See where these shots are hitting. Right on them. Keep firing.
Roger,
Fire.
Roger, engaging. Roger, engaging. Engaging.
Okay, we're not taking anyone. So, I'm going to turn him off. Let's go. Rockets. Select these rockets. And I'm just gonna practice going in for some rocket kills here. Rockets here. Let's take some of them out. These aren't even actual rockets. Alright. Now I'm just going to kind of going with the gun. I know there are still enemies there, but I'm acting like there we go, we took out the enemies. If we're doing a final ground clearance for our troops, you can check back on my channel for some real Apaches doing some final ground clearance. So it'd be in contact with ground troops, tell them that we're on their way, or they'd kind of tell us their location. Like, if there's an air assault or something going on, Apaches would come in there, clear it all out for us, then we'd head in there and land, let them out, take back off, and then the Apaches would just kind of follow us out. So we'd be about 50, they'd be about 50 feet, I think. So they just kind of come in like this. Something around this. A little slower than this probably. 5 knots. Probably about this. And oh, this tie goes up there. Start firing. And clear out the enemies. They just do standardized takeoff on out. TAD's off. Video off. Go video. TADs. No video. TSD. And engine, it was already on engine, but alright. We're over torquing right now. Go ahead and save us. Save the aircraft. Nope.
And save.
Alright. So I just had to head and save the aircraft. And we're just gonna fly about 1,000 feet back. Just kind of standard flight back. You know, we'll go down like 500 feet back. And then I'll engage altitude hold. We'll use the TSD to find our way back. But you can kind of tell the difference between Apaches and Blackhawks, because Apaches will have a real low humming, a real deep humming to them, whereas Blackhawks are more, I'm not going to say high-pitched, not like a little bird high-pitched or nothing, but I'm not going to do a standard flight back, kind of. I guess what would be a standard flight in Blackhawk? I don't know what would be an Apache. I imagine about the same. Because when you're flying formations and stuff when the Apaches, then it's about the same. We just kind of fly together sometimes. Actually, the other day, we had a flight. It was 3 Blackhawks and 2 Apaches. I was the middle Blackhawk. We had an Apache, 3 Blackhawks, and an Apache, and we were just doing air assault training. So we'd come in, we'd start to slow down. That other Apache in the back would kind of past us around the right, and went up with the other Apache, and then cleared it. They went off to the side and started hovering there, and then we just kind of came in, did our normal air assault, whatnot. We landed, let them out. Then we just kind of took off. The lead Apache took off, and us Blackhawks followed, and then the rear Apache just kind of fell in as we left. Alright. Nope. I didn't want to clear the trim. I will say this, from the Apache friends that I have, some of them who've talked about the stuff, the Apache is definitely harder to fly than the Blackhawk. Because the Blackhawk is actually, I'm not going to say easy to fly, but easier than some helicopters, that's for sure. Alright. Come back in for landing here. Something I have found, we'd probably be about 50 knots right here in the Blackhawk. So we're going way too fast here. But you can't do some of the stuff that you can do in the Blackhawk and the Apache, and you can't do some of the stuff that you can do in the Apache and the Blackhawk. Because, like, you can't slow super fast in the Apache. I mean, you can do high altitude hovering, but it won't work as well for you. That is something that is probably one of the hardest things to learn. And luckily on the mic model we have auto hover to somewhat take care of it for us, but high altitude hovering, that's like with limited cues, like limited visual cues, and even the visual cues you do have, whereas it looks like very big movements when you're 10 feet off the ground, those same movements just look like little tiny movements, so you find yourself over controlling a lot. So it's very hard. But that's more medevac stuff for the dust-off pilots and whatnot. But we still do that sometimes. And it's probably one of my least favorite things to do. Alright. Don't tip off to the side. Which it did. How did we break our landing gear? Did we break our landing gear or something? It looks like we did. Hold on. looks like we did break our landing gear. Let's find out. I'm just gonna set her down real slowly. And okay. Yeah, we did. Alright. Well, whatever. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far in the video, then be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video.